Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Just jumping on here to do an energy update and kind of talk to you guys a little bit. So that's what we're doing. Hope everybody's having a great Monday. I'm trying to get motivated to go do things that I need to do today. For some reason, though, I just really can't get motivated. It's interesting. You would think I'd be able to go nonstop constantly, but like I said, for some reason today, my body's just kind of like, yeah, we need to get the yard mowed. Yeah, we need to plant flowers. Yeah, we need to do this. But you know what? You need to just sit your butt in the recliner for a few, have a cup of matcha, and just relax. So that's what I've been doing this morning. And then eventually I'm going to get out and enjoy this weather and also get some stuff done that I need to do. With that, though, I wanted to hop on here and do an energy update with you guys and kind of tell you about some things that come into my awareness yesterday when I was talking to somebody in session. For those whom practice the arts, for those that are incredibly spiritual and spiritually inclined, you know what I'm talking about. You know who you are. I know I have an eclectic group of people that are on here, and that is totally cool. I honor and receive you where you're at. But for those who are partaking, for those that are wanting to enhance their spirituality, enhance their gifts, things like that, this message is kind of for you. And then all of it is for everybody else. Take it as you will, take what you need. It is what it is. I've had a few people, including myself, who have mentioned that they feel like their gifts are stagnant. They feel like they are stuck. Okay. That they have been doing the work, they've been doing the meditation, they've been doing, sessions, and they've been doing energy work and all the things, and they just really feel like their energy is stagnant, like they can't move forward, like they can't do anything. I don't necessarily feel like that because I know what it's got to do with, at least now I know what it's got to do with after getting message yesterday. So with that, let me share what I was told. We know that Pluto is in retrograde right now until October 10th. It retrogrades right now in Aquarius, and then it moves in June 11th into Capricorn. So what this means is that Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. It is the planet of transformation. Everybody is so busy trying to transform. Everybody is so busy trying to live a new life, do all the things, okay? And that's great. But we have to have a pause point at some time. We can't consistently always keep upgrading and consistently always keep ascending. We can't do that all the time. There has to be a little bit of a pause point. There has to be a little bit of a point where the gifts and the qualities and the teachings and things like that we have taken in during said transits and said planetary alignment and stuff like that happens, that we have to take those in and we have to learn from them. And so right now, until October 10th, is going to be a time when you're not necessarily accepting new gifts. You're not necessarily, I don't want to say learning new things, because it's not that you're not learning new things, but your clairs, your gifts, things like that, maybe might not be highlighted as much as they could. My dog's probably going to bark here in a minute, and I apologize. Just honor it. Be okay with it. Don't force it. It is not meant to be forced. It is meant to be honored. It is meant to be brought in when it is the right time. And for a lot of us, because of Pluto retrograde, right now is just not the right time. Right now is the time for us to use those things that we have learned to be able to hone those skills, to be able to become more empowered, become stronger, things like that. During that Scorpio full moon that we had a couple weeks ago, this is really good, I'm sorry. during that Scorpio full moon that we had a couple weeks ago, I had said during the Libra new moon, the solar eclipse, and then the full moon lunar eclipse that we had in Scorpio, that was going to create an upheaval. Because Scorpio is at home in Pluto, and Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. And at that time, Pluto was completely direct. It was not retrograde. It was direct. It was moving forward. It was doing the things. So at that time, it was pretty catastrophic, or it should have been. There should have been a lot of things that were taught. There should have been a lot of things that were learned. There should have been a lot of things that were tore down. The tower moment, there should have been a lot of things that were tore down, taken away from you, so that you would be prepared for the energy that we're presently in. If that didn't happen, I'm sorry. It'll come back around. No worries, because in October, it'll go direct. But if you're feeling stagnant right now, let me say this on two different standpoints. If you're feeling stagnant because there's certain things that have not been handled or taken care of, I'm sorry. Because that means that you are going to go through this for a while. These retrogrades, these full moons, these new moons, whether you believe in astrology or not, they exist. And it doesn't make any difference whether you follow it, whether you study it, whether you listen to it. It's still going to happen. So for those that want to DM it, or for those that want to talk shit about it, I don't care. Whatever. Just understand that it's still going to happen. It's still going to happen because it's something that was created for us. I've been doing it for centuries. Actually, BC. It's been being done for a very long time. And so these are tools that are given to us for us to use. Do it if you want. Don't do it. Don't care. But what I'm telling you is that if there's certain things that you didn't get the lesson when that Scorpio full moon was illuminating it, and it was trying to kick it to the curb, and it was trying to get out of your existence, out of your experience, understand that it didn't just go away. Because if you didn't do the work that you were supposed to do during all of those little things that were going on, you're still dealing with it right now. And it's going to get difficult, and it's going to get harder. For those of you who do the work, and for those of you who have been trying to follow, in general, your tools you get from me, whatever. For those of you that have been doing it, understand that right now is not a time for you to escalate. Right now is not a time for you to ascend. Right now is not a time for you to start the new business or the new relationship or all those things. Because right now it's time for you to take those things that you learned during that catastrophic Phoenix moment, during that full moon, lunar eclipse, and solar eclipse, and new moon. It's time for you to take those things and to learn from them in a productive way. Things that you've already been doing, things that you had learned through this last season, now it's like, oh, okay, cool. Now I can put these into play. Now I can take those certain things. A lot of people in the woke, I don't want to say woke, not woke. Woke and awakened are two different things. In the awakened community, want to do all the things. They want to do everything. I want to be this. I want to be that. I want to be a clairvoyant. I want to be a healer. I want to be blah, 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 blah. Add on. Okay? And it's just the same as anything else. When you're looking outside of yourself, you're looking for something to fill a void. And I'm seeing that a lot right now. And I don't want that. I want you to honor yourself where you're at. And I want you to accept those things that you've learned and now work on those. Feed those, nourish those, water them, grow those things. Grow those talents, grow those abilities, grow those things. Don't take on more. It's not time to take on more. This is kind of a message for me as well. It's not time to take on more. It's time to research, study, know those things before we hit when Pluto goes direct in October, because that's when things will take off even more so for you. Right now is a time for you to enjoy. We just moved into Gemini season on the 21st, so yesterday. We're second day in Gemini Sun. What that means is this is giving us a chance to kind of see where we're at. It's giving us a chance to honor where we're at, celebrate where we're at, celebrate spring, celebrate the new growth, right? Celebrate the beauty in what we have created. That is what this season is for. And we will be in this until like the 22nd of June. And then we move into Cancer, right? Yes. And you want to make sure that you're doing all of these things before you get to Cancer. Cancer can be a very, Cancer can be a very sensitive season. Cancers are very sensitive. Cancer sometimes can be too sensitive. We are in Cancer full moon the next 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You might find yourself going more inward. You might find yourself being more sensitive. You might find yourself crying for no reason. You may find yourself being the victim in every situation. You may find yourself being very needy. These are all characteristics of Cancer. But also, on the other side, because you know that we do both, on the other side of Cancer is the fact that Cancers are all heart. That's good and bad. But Cancers are all heart. And so they can be amazing, beautiful people if they've done their work, if they've allowed themselves to heal. That's with everybody. But Cancers are very emotional. They are water. They are water, and they can be super emotional. And if it's not used in a productive way, it can be used in a negative way, which can create bitterness, anger, grief, all those things. Next 3 days, the areas that are going to be the most important for you to pay attention to are your stomach, breasts, ovaries, and womb. Yes. Don't think that's just for women. Literally, it's for everybody. Men have breasts. Men have, technically, they don't have a womb, but they do have that space. And they do have, breast and womb. So this is what it's about. Now, also understand that those locations where this energy is affecting also has to do with those organs. What is connected with the breast, lungs, heart, upper part of the body, ovaries, lower part of the body. These are areas that are connected to one another energetically. They literally hold energy. So grief could really rise its head up in these couple days. It could really rise its head up in these couple days. We just went through new moon in Taurus over the weekend. It was on Friday and it went through until Sunday. That was a time that material things could have been very important. That was a time when we should have been grounding. We should have been earthing. We should have been really allowing ourselves to ground in. If we did, great. If we didn't, that's okay too. Because right now it's that season when we can do that all the time. Even though I was told on a post that grounding isn't real and it's the new snake oil of this generation, which is absolutely freaking hilarious. Anyways, though, this is what the energy is the next couple days. The next 3 days, we're in Cancer. So if you've been dealing with a lot of grief, right now is a good time to work with that in a mindful and productive way. Whether that is through prayer, whether that is through sitting with it, whether that is connection, however that is, right now is a good time for that. Understand, as I said before, that this is the time to honor where you are at. This is the time to grow in where you're at. Not move, grow. So basically, you planted the seeds during the spring equinox. Now you're getting to see the seeds grow. When seeds start growing, they don't normally move one direction or the other. They kind of stay where they're at until they start spreading. But they first have to start growing. That is what your energy is. That is what your energy is supposed to be doing right now, is growing. Growing in the space that it's in. Not moving forward, not moving backwards, but growing where you're at. Some past things and present could come up. Mercury now is direct, so we don't have to deal with that anymore. But Pluto is still retrograde. And I do believe that in June, end of June, for some reason I'm thinking Saturn might go retrograde. Or no, Jupiter. I'll do more on that, and I'll post a video about it. But I had to hop on here and talk to you guys about Pluto retrograde. And I'll do these videos for my health. Well, I mean, I kind of do. But I do these videos to try and help others. There was a time that I kind of backed off from doing them because I was so busy last year. And I had people asking me why I wasn't doing the videos. Because some people look forward to these videos. So if you're one that doesn't, and you're sitting on my page and you're just watching to either give information to somebody else or just watching to mock it or whatever, please do me a favor and unfriend me, because you're taking away, it's selfish, because you're taking away from somebody else being able to get the knowledge and to get the information that they need. So please do me a huge, huge favor and just completely unfriend me. Like, I don't have to have a bunch of people around me. I don't have to have, I am one of integrity and authenticity. And those that don't have it, I don't really care to have you around me. In meditation yesterday, we had a long conversation about that because they wanted to. And we had a conversation about authenticity. And how to handle a situation when somebody you're around all the time triggers you and traumatizes you. You know what? This is going to be a longer video because I'm going to talk about it. How do you handle that? How do you, because, you know, like in some situations, right, there's the idea of being the mirror, okay? There's the idea of creating that bubble, that bubble of light around you, so that way that everything pushes and bounces back off you, correct? Right? It's because it protects you. But my question was yesterday, while we were having our workshop, was, are you supposed to do that? Are you supposed to push that person away? Are you actually supposed to push them away, send their energy back to them? Or are you supposed to accept it? Are you supposed to take it into your awareness for you to learn from it? Because I'm starting to get on that level with the idea that everybody that comes at us, right? Everybody that comes at us, that triggers us, makes us respond, or I'm sorry, not respond, makes us react, is a lesson. If we bounce that back out of us and we don't allow ourselves to accept it, then we're not getting that message, and then we're not learning from that experience. And so for me, I've learned to receive, but then also to transmute it and send it back out as love. Because that's what we should be doing. We should not be judging. We should not, yes, we're supposed to feel anger. Yes, we're supposed to feel sadness. We're supposed to feel all those emotions because they help us understand and they help us grow. But when somebody's triggering you, and somebody's making you angry because of what they're doing, because of how they react, that they're just a really toxic person, it's not worth it. It's not worth it because it's not helping that person heal. And we are to help each other heal. So when you are, it's the idea of loving somebody from afar, right? You've heard that, loving somebody from afar. It's the idea of you receiving the message. Doesn't mean you have to receive the person. Doesn't mean you have to talk to that person. It just means that you receive the message. You allow yourself to understand it. You allow yourself to process it. And then when you send energy back, you send love. You allow your heart to become very big and very open, and you just radiate love back out to them. Because what you'll find is, whether those people believe it or not, it changes. Love is contagious. And even if that person doesn't accept the love energetically, not necessarily all the time physically, we're not talking about necessarily physically, but if that person doesn't accept the love energetically, that's on them. But at least you're doing your part. At least you're sending it out. At least you're allowing that person to feel it on an energetic level. Are they going to accept it in a good way? No, not necessarily. Some people are going to be incredibly put off by it. Some people are going to be like, what the hell's wrong with you? And they're going to retaliate, and they're going to come back at you even more. One person said yesterday, if I was to do that, or if I was to allow myself to receive, I feel like I'm opening myself up for attack. You only get attacked if you allow yourself to get attacked, folks. You only allow yourself to get attacked by those different things, whether it be black magic, whether it be physically attacked, whether it be emotionally attacked, whatever it is. You only allow those things to happen if you allow those things to happen. It doesn't have to happen. You are your own person. You have the right to say yes or no. Everybody does. Everybody does. In every situation. May not work out the way you want it to, but 100% every single person has the right to say no. Every single person has the right to set a boundary. Every person has the right to do what they need to do in their experience and in their life. And when it comes to somebody who is triggering you, making you angry, making you mad because they're reacting in a certain way, it is our place to change the energy, to change the frequency, and to respond instead of react. We talked about that before. Respond and react are two different things. React is where you fire off and you get triggered and you react just like that. That is your trauma. That is you reacting to a situation because you feel so passionate, because you're angry, because there's something in there that's causing you to react. When you respond, that means you come from a place of love. That means that you look at it, you allow yourself to process it, you allow yourself to see where it resonates, you take the messages that you need to get, you take those things that you need to know, and then once you do that, you send the love back out. That's literally what it is. And that is what you should be doing in that scenario. So 2 different messages today. 1, sit with what you've learned, keep honoring it, and keep growing it. 1, Pluto Retrograde. 2, respond, don't react, and send love. Every circumstance, every time, send love. Stop being so bitter. Stop being so hateful. Stop being so angry. Because it doesn't do a damn thing for anybody. That is my TED Talk for the day. Hope everybody enjoys this beautiful Monday. I have to go out and mow the yard so I don't get a citation. It's not that bad, but I'm being dramatic. Cancer season, or it's cancer next 3 days, so I'm going to be a little dramatic. We're all going to be a little dramatic. But anyways, I got to get off here. Love you all. Have a great and blessed Monday. Don't hesitate to reach out. We are open from 11 to 6 tomorrow. Everything has been going super, 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 super great. Greatly appreciate all of the support that we have gotten in these last couple months. Holy crap. We started in January. We opened in March, April, May. Wow. I just realized at the end of this month, we'll be open for 2.5 months. Right? Yeah. 3 months. Splendid. Amazing. Wow. Okay. Anyways, honor where you're at today, guys. Honor where you're at the next 3 days. If you have grief, grieve. Allow yourself to feel it. It's okay. If you need to cry, cry. It's okay. Allow yourself to feel the emotions and get them out. There's one thing that cancers are really good about, if they're on the higher vibration, is being able to work through their emotions and being able to release them. If they're not, they hold on to those emotions and it turns into anger and bitterness. And that's the energy we're in for the next 3 days. So just make sure that you're honoring it. Make sure you're working with it. Make sure you're trying. And I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great, great day. Bye.